So like I told you, I am here in Minneapolis. So we're waiting at the gate because the aircraft actually just got here. As you can see right here, that is our aircraft that we will be flying over to Miami, but it's actually deplaning now. So all of the passengers have to get off of the plane, it has to get cleaned, and we have to get on to set ourselves up. So, oh, that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. So I told you guys that this particular trip that I'm on right now, I got a move up. So let me just explain to you guys of what exactly a move up is. So let me just make this in the simplest terms. Okay, so if you are on a trip and it's a regular position, like for example, I had 2 turns, 2 one-day trips, and both are regular positions. So what I did was I put in for a move up. So when you are a regular position, you can only either move up to an A position, meaning you will fly flight leader, or you can move up to an international. So I saw a 2-day trip in open time going to Miami, and I was like, hey, I haven't been to Miami in a while. I would absolutely, you guys, everyone's staring at me right now, just so you know, all the passengers are getting up. But anyway, so I was like, I haven't been to Miami in a while and I want to move up. So I hadn't done a move up in so long that I had almost forgot how to do it. So I called scheduling and I was like, hey, you know, I just want to make sure that I'm doing this right. I have these 2 turns and I want to move up to an A position to go into Miami. So the scheduler walked me through it and he's like, if your seniority holds it, then, you know, you'll get it. So I was able to hop off of my 2 one-day trips. Now, 2 separate days. I would have had to drive to the airport back and forth and back and forth. So I was able to hop off of those 2 trips and get onto this 1 trip. So it's great. I get back to New York tomorrow, probably about noon. So it's pretty awesome. So I'm going to be going to Miami and I'm going to vlog it for you guys. I'm going to take you guys with me. I have no clue exactly what I'm going to do in Miami, but for now I am on this trip. I'm in Minneapolis. Oh, and I was going to try to go down to the cruise store because we have a cruise store here in Miami. So I was going to try to go down to the cruise store and get some little trinkets and stuff for the giveaway, but unfortunately the cruise store, like the elevator wasn't working, so I was like, I'm not gonna get caught up in that. I had to hurry and get to the gate. So when we leave from Miami, we fly our first leg over to Atlanta. So once I get to Atlanta, I'll go to the cruise store, hopefully. Just got to our hotel and I brought like a little pasta with me, so I have that warming up right now in the microwave. I'm pretty sure that my room doesn't have a microwave, but I would love to have like a little drink. Like today has been a day, y'all, and I don't drink beer, but man, for the beer lovers, like there are some options here. So I'm probably gonna have to, the hotel receptionist just told us that at 4 o'clock the hotel bar down here opens up and we get 20% off and they have a happy hour. So I'll probably come down for some drinks and like a light little appetizer. I'm tired, like it was just it was quite the day, y'all. I feel like I've been saying that in my last couple of videos. I don't mean to be super dramatic, but this was just one of those trips that looked better on paper than it has been, but shortly I will be showing you guys what my room looks like. I cannot wait to get this makeup off my face. Like it is just so crazy. I'm just so tired. I've been up since, right now it is 3 o'clock in the afternoon and I've been up since 2:45 this morning, so it's already been a 12-hour day. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Hold on, what is my room? Oh, this is not my room. This is my crew member's room. Anyway, so this is the view that's literally across the hall from my room. Super cloudy day here in Miami. Like, I think this is just gonna be one of those chillax layovers. But anyway, hold on. Okay, where is my room? Let's try this again. Oh, right here. Okay. You right there. I went to your room. I can't even get it together. See you later. Okay. I don't know about this room. This room a little stuffy. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So this is dreaming of fun. Privacy, please. Turn the light on. Yeah, I'm dreaming of fun. I think I'm dreaming of sleep. Slam click. All right. Regular closet, nothing fancy smancy. I think Vegas has me spoiled, seriously. Coffee packs, 2 little cups, and there's some ice. I freaking need to, you know what? Bathroom's not bad. So this is what we're working with today, guys. This is what we're working with. Ay, ay, ay. I'm so tired, y'all. I am so exhausted. Beyond exhausted, but still looking super cute in my red dress. Oh my gosh. All right, what's down here? This is like a little pantry type area. Please tell me this is one of the beds where I don't have to look under. Wait a minute, why do I feel like I've been in this hotel before? I don't know. This is one of the beds I gotta freaking look under, y'all. Oh god. Oh no, it's not. Well, but from the other side, actually, clearly I am off, okay? Because I just freaking kicked, y'all. I like literally took my foot and kicked. I guess I didn't kick in enough, because if I would have felt that hardness under the bed and I wouldn't have had to get down on the floor. This is what we're working with here in Miami. This is what we are working with. So guys, my YouTube channel is like Planet Fitness. This is the judgment free zone. I just whipped up like some quick pasta last night, so it's not gonna be cute at all, but let me show you guys what I'm about to chow down on while we talk. This is what I'm having. Nothing special at all, but it's just some pasta, and I just put salt and pepper on it. I'm hoping tomorrow that, because this is just a 2-day trip, so I'm hoping tomorrow that when I get to Atlanta, I can stop in the cruise store and pick up some stuff for my giveaway. I'm actually thinking about doing like a 3-part giveaway. You guys will know, it'll either be a 2-part or a 3-part, meaning it will either be 2 or 3 people that will get giveaway things. So you guys will know who, or you guys will know like what I'm gonna choose to do. Hold on, guys, gotta hydrate. So you guys, this is my second one today, but you guys will know how I'm gonna do this. But I was so frustrated earlier. Like, we got to Minneapolis, we were at like G gate, and we had to truck it all the way over to F terminal, and I just was so, sometimes I don't understand things. Like, we had to walk pretty far, and I kept telling myself I could not be based in Minneapolis. I would not want to be based here. Would not want to. I don't know. Nevertheless, like, I just tried to be in the best spirits today. I was really tired. My crew, we were really tired. We were operating, you know, just off of like being tired, and it's nobody's fault but ours. I guess we could have slept, but it's so weird when you have an early morning sign-in. Like, we signed in this morning at 5:05, so that's just hard. It's just so hard when you have an early morning sign-in. It's like, what am I gonna do, go to bed at 6:30? Now, I want to talk to you guys about doing your research. So first of all, let me grab my phone too, see if there's any questions I can answer. All right, so I want to talk to you guys about doing your research. Now, I wish I knew the answers to everything, but sometimes when you guys hit me up and ask me questions, I'm like, what? So just remember that every airline is different, okay? So whatever airline it is that you have in your head you want to work for, you need to do research on that company. And unfortunately, I can't answer everything because I could get in trouble and I could lose my job. And do you guys want me to lose my job? So I hope not, but I can't answer everything. And sometimes some things you may have to like contact a company's HR to ask those questions, or just kind of fill it out for yourself. But it's really important that you do your research. I mean, I can give you like kind of basic stuff and guide you, but I can't answer some like serious questions regarding health or religion or, you know, things like that. You guys, we are at 6,434 subscribers. You guys are freaking awesome. I've told you since day one, and I will never ever stop telling you how grateful I am for each and every one of you. 6,000, let's go back to this number. 6,434 different amazing individuals clicked subscribe. Man, like, I'm grateful, and I want you guys to know that I give you guys the real deal. A flight attendant. I wish they would have told me appeal. Yo, speaking of, somebody emailed me the other day, and this is gonna be a long vlog, y'all. Somebody emailed me the other day, and it went a little something like this. I'm not gonna get super wordy, but it went a little something like this. They wanted to know, how is it that someone's channel can have, let's just hypothetically say 1,000 subscribers today, then tomorrow it has like 7,000, and then the next day it has like 15,000. Granted, okay, again, I don't know everything, and y'all just be asking me, so I don't know who y'all talking about, but let me just say this. Everything you see is not real. People buy YouTube subscribers. That's just something that I, recently found out, and I would never do that because I am growing my channel organically. Why would I buy subscribers? Like, that's crazy. Derek Donaldson says, I want to see you serve meals. Hi Derek, I have to tell you, you will never ever see that, because there are certain aspects of, like, when I'm actually working the flight and have passengers on board, I cannot be filming. Like, that is against our policy, and that's just too much. That's way too much. So even when I showed you guys like little things in the galley, no passengers are on. We typically get on, not typically, we always get on way in advance. And sometimes you have a whole lot of time. Sometimes you may have an hour sit. So when I have the time, I will do a galley video, but I will never be able to show you serve meals. Like, that's just not gonna happen. And I wouldn't even want to do that. I think, what is that noise? I think that's just a little, even too personal for passengers. Like, so that's never gonna happen. And do you ever do, Derek also asked, do I ever do long distance and overseas? Yes, I do. I can fly absolutely whatever I want. I have the flexibility with my company to do that. So that's that. So Ebby Trevino says, are there other ways to apply other than online? And what is the most effective way of applying? I applied online. I think everything now, the era that we're living in, everything is done online. Even like if you want to apply to Stop and Shop and stuff like that, those things are done online. I think it's just easier and a quicker process, especially with video interviews. They're able to see you quickly. So I'm not sure, maybe some companies will hold open houses, but that's just something that you would have to, you know, kind of do your research on. Maybe check out flightattendantcareer.com or just Google flight attendant open houses, or flight attendant job open houses or something like that. I'm not really sure about that. So Hannah asked, does Brittany have a YouTube channel? No, she does not, but she will be making frequent appearances on this channel. So be sure to stay tuned because Britt will be back. That's my boo. 6 Sheldon asked, how do you deal with the sleeping? I don't know what exactly you mean by that, so I'm not going to attempt to answer that, but if you can just comment down below and, you know, give me some clarification, I will definitely answer that question. Oh, here's a good one. Sean Bellamy asks, what tips can you give us on first flights and how was your experience? Oh boy, let me take a bite of food for this one, hunty. So, let me tell you guys about my first flight ever. First, let me do that. So, I'll never forget, I graduated and I had like a couple of days off. And my very first trip, I was on A days. So, I just knew like those were my reserve days. Didn't quite know how it worked or anything, guys. I get a call at like 2 in the morning or something like that, saying that I had to be to the airport at like 7 or something. I was like freaking out. So I drove to the airport, and then it was like when I got there, I didn't really know where to park and all those things. So I ended up like, I don't know if I even had my parking pass yet. I don't even remember, but I just know I paid for parking the first couple of days. And it was so expensive, especially as a new hire. I had just graduated. I mean, I made really good money at my last job, so I was able to, you know, I saved money really well. But I paid, I remember when I returned from my trip, it was like $160 or something like that for parking. Something crazy. So anyway, so my first trip ever was San Francisco. So I am going to... I'm gonna attach a picture, and I always say that and then sometimes I forget, but I'm actually gonna go to my Facebook and find the picture that I took on my very first layover ever. I remember putting like, I survived my first transcon. That trip was crazy. So let me just say, I showed up to briefing and my flight leader was not very nice. He was kind of like a miserable, in my opinion at least, he was miserable. He had been, you know, with the company for quite some time, and he just wasn't a nice person. It was not like, he knew I was new. He didn't welcome me or anything. He smelled like smoke. I mean, flight attendants are humans, like we can smoke, but I just found it interesting that he had smoked before, you know, like in his uniform, so the stench was all in his clothing. I had a woman on my flight, an older woman who was like super nice, but like very just kind of like cut and dry. And I remember I had on the blue dress and it had like popped open. And I don't have like a lot of cleavage or anything like that, but I didn't have safety pins with me. And if you guys can see right here, I always have my dress safety pinned just in case, because this little thing right here, like look at this little snap. Hold on, can you see the little snap? I can snap this, and then next thing you know, boom, it comes open, and it'll come way open if I don't have the safety pin there. So I always safety pin. And the woman, the older woman who was like cut and dry, she was just like, I was like, oh my god, do you have a safety pin? And she said yeah. So we were on the 75S, so there were 4 flight attendants. The flight leader was at the 1 left. The older woman that's very cut and dry was at the 2 left. I was at the 3 doors. That's the aircraft I just showed you guys. And on that aircraft, that 3 door does not get armed. So, and the other woman that I'm going to tell you about, she was at the 4 doors. So when I say does not get armed, what I mean is that, how do I say this? Okay, if there's an evacuation on the aircraft, there's actually a slide pack that comes out of the door, and don't die on me, camera. Okay, there's actually a slide pack that comes out of the door. That's how you're able to say come this way, leave. Okay, so my camera cut off, but I'm back. So anyway, so there's a slide that comes out and you learn your commands for each door, and that's how you evacuate passengers off the aircraft. So the 3 doors on the 75S, that's a 757 aircraft. There's many different variations, but that we're talking about the S, or the sexy. Those doors don't get armed. So when you answer your phone, you know, you say doors 1 left and 1 right are armed and cross-checked. 2 left, 2 right, armed and cross-checked. The 3 doors are present, meaning I'm just there. I haven't touched anything because that door operates differently. But anyway, so let's talk about the other woman. So in training, they had like told us about compliance, and like they were like very boom, boom, boom. So this woman, the other woman who was sitting in the rear of the aircraft, she was wearing the skirt. And you guys, I kid you not, that skirt had been altered. So you guys see how this comes like down to my knees? Her skirt was probably like this. Yep, probably like this short. And she had on some leg warmers because she said she was cold. While I'm thinking about it, which I believe, you probably can't see this, but I have a run in my stocking. I always have so many different pairs of pantyhose, but I was like, man, but thank God like the red dress is so long because you weren't really able to see it. But I said I'm not changing that until I get to the hotel. I just was not around for it today. Plus I had my apron on when I was doing meals and stuff, so you couldn't even tell. But anyway, so I had this woman. Okay, so let's backtrack. We have a flight leader who's not so nice, smelling like smoke. The woman who was nice enough to give me a safety pin for my dress, but very cut and dry. And then we have the woman in the back who had a mini skirt on with leg warmers. And she sat on the jump seat. She was reading her magazine. It was just so interesting because this is not what I was taught in training. This is not what I was told to expect in training. But I realized that in training, they had stressed so many different things to us because they knew we would possibly see these sorts of things, and they wanted us to be prepared. So I have to say that was probably one of my worst trips ever. Just because, like, I remember I gave a passenger like a cup of orange juice, and you're taught in training to like hand the beverage to whomever, like use the arm that's furthest away from the passenger, so you don't ever want to like hand it right in front of their, you know, like that. So I handed it to the person. They were like right there, and they spilled the orange juice in my onboard shoes. And I remember, so I posted the picture on Facebook, and I was like, I think it said something like, survived my first transcon, a passenger poured orange juice in my shoe, or something like that. But I was still like really happy, really like excited, you know, as a new hire. I was like super excited. So that hotel as well in San Francisco, I didn't really like it because when I needed to use the iron, there was no iron in my room. I had to walk to the hallway to get the iron, which is weird because like I think by the time I realized it, I might have been in like pajamas or some little booty shorts and a tank top, and I'm like, I am not walking to the freaking lobby, I mean not the lobby, the hallway to get the iron looking like this. I had to, it was interesting to say the least. So that was definitely one of my worst trips ever. I would say I probably, you know, if I had to think about 5 really bad trips, that one goes down in the books. My very first trip goes down in the books as one of the worst trips. And it's just because I didn't have a leader that welcomed me. I didn't feel guided. I didn't feel like I was really wanted there. And you know, you may run into those types of people because they've been with whatever company it is for so long, and here it is, you come in, you're new, you're young, you know, you're fresh, and you're just eager and you're excited, and they want to kill that excitement. So my advice on how to survive your first flight, if you will, is to go in still excited, still, you know, be open-minded. And you know, you never know what your first experience is going to be like, but you are equipped with the things that you learned in training. And don't forget that you just graduated, so you have the most up-to-date information. I remember when I went through training, we had big red books that we had to carry around our onboard manuals, and then we had small little red books for our announcements. And then I think the next year, the people who graduated, they had everything from our work device. Everything was compacted down and put on that device. So, you know, it was just like, whenever there was a revision, we used to have to insert new pieces of paper. And the people who had just graduated the year after I did, you know, they had everything right there. It would automatically update. All they had to do was push a button. And I remember we used to actually have to, I believe, did we have to get it signed off on or something like that, that we had updated our books? I don't really remember. I would have to confirm that with someone. It's been a minute. But anyway, so my advice is to just keep in mind that you were just hired amongst a whole bunch of people. Those trainers saw you through your blood, sweat, and tears. You maintained that average. You graduated. You did it. Don't let anyone or anything bring you down, because there are miserable people in the world, and misery loves company. But you ain't going to be the company that they have. Let them be miserable. Let them love their company. But don't, you know, you have to teach people how to treat you, right? Obviously, be professional and within reason. But yeah, so that's a great question there. And I know I just said like a whole mouthful, so I'm probably gonna wrap this part of the video up soon. But yeah, I mean, you're gonna, you know, you're gonna run into some crazies. So DF asks, is there a date for when y'all go purple? Don't even know. Ain't even looking forward to it. No. Red dress slaying forever. Love Money Party says, how do you deal with flirtatious men? That is a good one. You know, I am very socially aware. I have always been socially aware since I was a child. But I am also very professional. One thing that no one can ever take away from me is that I am professional. And I feel like, even I had this guy today when I served him his meal sitting in row 3. I literally had just put the food down and I walked away for like probably 5 seconds, guys. I turned back and I come back to do something, and he goes, this is very delicious. And he like gives me this look, and I says, I know, I cooked it, you know, just kind of like let it roll off. He's like, you whipped it up in your galley. I was like, I sure did, you know. But I could tell that he was giving me them eyes. Okay, you can keep those eyes. But like I said, I'm very socially aware. I read people. Let me move this. I'm very socially aware. I read people very well. I can read someone within 30 seconds. And I've always been spot on. I like to think that I have a gift when it comes to people, and I read people very well. So when I see that someone is attempting to go that direction, I curve it. But I have that type of personality where it's almost like I was a comedian or some sort of actress in my former life, because I'm able to just curve it real quick, curve it so quick they don't even realize what happened. And because I am so professional, it really makes them respect me. So if anything, I may get compliments like, you are so beautiful, or you're so well spoken, or you look great, or blah 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 blah. But they know what time it is. Like, I am just that professional where you're not gonna get that from me. So when it comes to men flirting, you know, hey, good for them. But I don't think anything of it. I am not one of those flight attendants that is sleeping with people on my layover. I'm not trying to go home with nobody. So, you know, they're just not gonna get that from me. I hold myself to a certain standard, and I also realize that I am in uniform. But even if I wasn't in uniform, like, I'm good on all of that. But I would say to just make sure, just keep it professional. Remember how I used to tell y'all, keep it cute or put it on mute? Titiana? asked, this is such a silly question, but did you know any of this prior to training? This is in reference to my video on flight attendant responsibilities. Or did training and actually working teach you everything you know about being a flight attendant? Like, I don't know anything. I know you said training set you up for success, but you seem like such a professional at this. Like, you've been knowing this stuff since birth. Girl, you crazy. Yo, I have to tell you, okay, so one day I will really get into what I used to do before I was a flight attendant. You guys won't even believe it. But I've always been professional, like business minded. You know, like I said, I come from the world of pageants. I was in NJROTC, so I'm very disciplined. You know, I was like in NJROTC, like disciplined me. I was a cheerleader. I come from a background where I've had to deal with people, and again, I think for me, being a flight attendant is also about anticipation. Always anticipating someone's needs. Like, that's really, really important. Reading them well enough, kind of skimming a person and just, you know, just anticipating their needs. Now, in training, I learned everything that I needed to know pertaining to being a flight attendant. I will say that I definitely haven't known this stuff since birth, but thanks for the compliment. I really went to flight attendant training with the desire to learn. I was just engulfed in everything that I could possibly learn. I stayed late, I went early. I told you guys, if you look back to my earlier videos, I was like one of the first ones in class. I was one of the last ones to leave. And even being on the line, if there was something that I didn't understand after I graduated, I went to either my manager or some flight attendant that was exemplary in my eyes to get that clarification. And my, you know, additional training beyond flight attendant training comes from some of Delta's most skilled flight attendants that have been with the company for quite some time. So that's why I also love flying with senior people, because I'm able to learn and they share their stories, and I can always grow. I am always that vessel that is just here and really, really willing and ready to learn. So don't worry that you don't know anything. You're not expected to, but what you are expected to do is to go into that interview with an open mind, with a smile. Show your heart, show your, you know, your customer service background, or whatever it is that would make you a great flight attendant. All that is expected of you is to be that same person that they hired. That is what is expected of you. So don't sweat it that you don't know it. Like, you good. They're gonna set you up for success. I don't care what airline it is. Trust me. The way you know you're set up for success is when you continue to pass those tests and when you earn your wings. Like, you're not just gonna earn your wings off the strength of like being a pretty face or being handsome. You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't earn your wings. It's this. So you're gonna learn, you're gonna know this stuff. You may know more than me. Like I said, when you graduate, you have the most up-to-date information. So come and school your girl, because I'm always here and ready to learn. So don't sweat it. Like I said, they set you up for success, and that's real talk. Like, I give y'all the real deal, and they are going to set you up for success. I promise you. No matter what airline you train with, no matter, they're gonna set you up for success, because they're spending money and investing, you know, into you. So they need you to, you know, learn. They need that. So sorry guys if my face is like oily and my makeup is coming off. It's just whatever. We're just gonna do this video. So I think I'm gonna try to find 2 more questions, and let's see. Oh, who's this? Oh, shout out to Vanessa Rocco from Italy. Vanessa says, I never comment on any videos, but I just like to say that you're the only flight attendant on YouTube that has addressed what your job involves. All of your videos are really good and your personality is bomb. She probably didn't say it like that though. But that's gonna wrap up our question and answer session for this week. Be sure to comment down below with additional questions, and you know, I always skim through the videos to try to answer your questions. And again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I usually point to it down here, but I think it's like down here. So hit the subscribe button wherever it is down there. And I am gonna, you know, finally go and take a damn shower because I gotta, you know, this room is a little stuffy. I am not about this Miami layover life. Like, it's just not, you know. Again, this trip looked really great on paper, but I'm good. So I'm gonna go shower and stuff like that, and I will catch up with you guys soon when I'm looking a little bit different, because this right here is not cutting it. So I gotta go get cute, or halfway cute. Alright guys, I am in some like super chill clothes. I was watching Why Did I Get Married? I think this is Why Did I Get Married, or is it Why Did I Get Married Too? I'm not really sure, but I am like tired, man. Like, tired is a freaking understatement. But this is my little outfit. Like, don't judge. I just have on like workout sneakers, and let me actually show you guys in the full body mirror. This is what we got going on. All right guys, so this is what I'm wearing. I'm going downstairs. Judgment free zone, I don't really care. This top is so soft. This is like one of my favorite shirts, so y'all probably will see me in this a lot because it's my fave. I have on like little workout shorts and my sneakers, and I have this tied around my waist because I don't want nobody looking at my little booty, you know. I got a little rump back there, but I don't want nobody looking at me. Yeah, that's what it is. I am really tired, but I saw that they had some, oops, here I go. I saw they had some mahi tacos. So I was looking at this little menu, and I'm gonna go downstairs and find some food. So I was thinking about like maybe fish tacos with a glass of wine, and I just got a snap from Simone. So if you're watching this, hi Simone, I'm gonna write you right back. I love it when you guys snap me. I try to respond. I get so many, so if I ever take a really long time, don't worry, I'm gonna get back to you. It's just that I get so many, but I love all of you guys. So all right, I got my room key. All right, my bag, got my room key, got my phone. Just make sure that's not on silent. And my boo bought me one of my fave. This is my absolute fave, guys. Like, I love chocolate, but I really love the Hershey chocolate almond. So I have this, so this will be my little snack tonight. So I think I got everything I need. Yeah, I think I have everything I need. Actually, let me just spray some perfume on. Why not, right? If you guys are ever wondering what perfume I wear, I love my favorite perfume that I've been wearing for a few years now is Bulgari Omnia Crystalline. Like, this is everything. Love it. Oh, hold up. Why the sun trying to come outside, y'all? Look at this. Look at this. The sun is freaking trying. Well, you probably can't even really tell, but the sun is trying to come out. Like, you're not gonna convince me of otherwise, because right now it's too late. Like, I would have already went to the strip right now. All right, so I'm still leaving my little sign on the door. I'm still freaking leaving my sign on the door, because that still means that I want privacy. I don't want anyone to come to my room. Don't bother me. But I'm not even in there, but still, don't bother me. So now I'm waiting for the freaking elevator. My pickup tomorrow morning is at 4:50, guys. The flight is at 6 o'clock. The flight, like, so the pickup was originally 4:30, but then the hotel receptionist was like, oh, our shuttle leaves at 4:50, is that okay? And where we stay is only a couple minutes from the airport, so we're like, heck yeah, we want the extra sleep. So that's great. I have 2 flights back, and I did check my time. I have almost 2 hours in Atlanta. So all right, first floor. I have almost 2 hours in Atlanta, so I plan to go to the cruise store. I'm pretty excited. Hopefully I can find some little cute trinkets and stuff like that. but we'll see. All right, check this out. It says just the right taste no matter where you stay. Let's see if that's true. Make sure I don't have lipstick on my teeth. Just landed in Atlanta, so we worked from Miami to Atlanta, and I was working in the front up here on this is actually the 75D aircraft. In training, I memorized this aircraft by 75 different. It was just totally different. Like for example, on this aircraft, the flight leader sits by themselves in the front, and then this jump seat right here, which is where flight attendants sit. 2 flight attendants sit here, and then one sits in the rear of the aircraft. So now that I'm here, I'm gonna get some food, and I'm gonna make my way to the crew store. I'm actually just waiting for one of my crew members to come off and tell me that cabin safety check is complete. So basically what that means, what cabin safety check complete means, is that at the end of every flight, there's a designated crew member who has to walk through the aircraft to make sure there are no passengers in the bathroom, no luggage in the overhead bins, or just anything crazy or out of the norm. So as soon as I get cabin safety check is complete, that means it's complete and I can actually go do my thing here in the airport. So really looking forward to that. I have a special love for Atlanta. I trained here for almost 2 months, so I love Atlanta and I love the food. Whenever I come here, I get to eat all the bad stuff, like all the stuff I don't normally eat, I get to eat here. On the escalator in Atlanta. So it's been a while since I've been here. I just went to the crew lounge store, guys, and sorry, but it closed at 10, so I don't know when I'll be able to get something from the crew store because it's like 8 o'clock in the morning here, so better luck next time, y'all. Sometimes, guys, you just have to stop and admire a super sexy plane. Like, I was walking by, I saw this girl, I was like, dang girl, you fine. So our last flight is back to New York. Let's see, what is our flight number? Oh, here we go, 2277. Oh, 945, gate T7.